to ask the Scottish Government what information it holds on levels of compliance with ScotRail's alcohol ban.
Cabinet Secretary Fiona Hislop.
Although ScotRail staff will observe some passengers drinking alcohol on trains and in appropriate circumstances ask that they refrain, staff do not record such observations or action each time it occurs on train services. ScotRail do not record or collate instances of those drinking alcohol network ride, but rather data is focused on reported incidents of antisocial behaviour made by passengers or staff to them by British Transport Police, and therefore no information is held. It is known by those of us who regularly travel on our railway that there are instances of non-compliance with the ban.
John Mason.
Well, I thank the Cabinet Secretary for that answer, and as she says, there are frequent non-compliances. I saw it in Dumfries recently, I was on the train, and I see it in Glasgow and Edinburgh frequently as well. I mean, clearly the ban is not being enforced. ScotRail don't like it. Their staff refuse to do anything with it. They joke with passengers who are drinking. And they make no effort to stop them. British Transport Police do not agree with the ban either and say it can't be enforced. So surely we either have to remove the ban or do something to make it enforceable.
Cabinet Secretary.
So the member identifies the dilemma very clearly. That is why I am actively looking at this issue. Tackling and preventing violence against women and girls and wider antisocial behaviour has to be the main focus, and that was made clear to me and the message I received from the roundtable I held on the 6th of December last year regarding women's safety in public transport. Broader action on antisocial behaviour with or without drunkenness and not the alcohol ban was deemed to be the main focus for action at that roundtable. All rail unions, ScotRail and British Transport Police are of the view that the ban perversely undermines focus on compliance on what is acceptable or not acceptable behaviour and want the ban lifted. However, we also have the public messaging about alcohol to consider, and that is why I am actively discussing this with my Cabinet colleagues.
Brief supplementary, Graham Simpson.
Yeah, thank you very much. The Cabinet Secretary has been actively looking at this for long enough. I've provided her with a solution. We discussed that in private. I'll keep it that way. But isn't it time that she actually makes a decision and removes the ban?
Cabinet Secretary.
Can I thank Graham Simpson for his engagement on this issue to date and suggestions. I have to consider all the factors, and I have to consider that collectively with my Cabinet colleagues. There are issues that we have to consider. The Equally Safe strategy, there's a strategic review of the Independent Working Group on Antisocial Behaviour, presenting its report to Ministers, COSLA and Police Scotland this year. But I think there is a genuine dilemma. I think in this chamber everybody will have a different view about this. I know some of my predecessors have different views about this. I have to bring everyone together on this, but I am very conscious that if you have something that isn't working, you have to fix it, and I intend to do so.